guys, welcome to Rach Talk, my weekly show where I hang out at home and talk about anything and everything. Today we are chatting through what are we even talking about? Okay. Today we are talking about the 1-year anniversary of my first kiss with Boo. I'm telling you all about these pins. We're remembering Total Request Live. Can we get a minute for Carson Daly? And oh my gosh, Ford has had his first heartbreak. Here we are, back together again, back at mi casa, es su casa. I don't know where Jeffrey is, but I'm sure he'll be around any minute to come cause trouble. Where is he? He didn't run away. Did you let him run away, Jack?
Not this time.
Okay, great. No, I'm sure he's probably taking a nap. He's got a real busy schedule. It is a glorious day in Austin, Texas.
And now, here's your local on the 8s.
The high today is sunny and 72. All right? That is spectacular. Tomorrow, we've got a 100% chance of rain with a high of 55. Okay? Texas is crazy. It's crazy. And I made a really big rookie mistake in that I thought, Jack, that spring was here. I have a courtyard, which makes me sound like I'm the Queen of England. I'm not. I just have this like square in front of my front door. And that square, when I moved into this house, was gorgeous. Like seasonal, tropical, local. What's it called when it's like you're in the area and the plants are in the area? Indigenous? Seasonal? Local? Some kind of grasses that are meant to be on this land, okay? It was beautiful. Had a lemon tree, you guys. I had a lemon tree, big and bountiful. Did you ever get lemons from the lemon tree, Jack? You missed out, bro. Then, winter of 2021, you may or may not recall, we had something in Austin, Texas called Snowmageddon.
Storm Stories, tonight at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Which was this freak winter storm. We were trapped in the house for like 10 days. We lost water and power. It was a whole thing. You lost water and power for how long?
5 days.
5 days. It was a catastrophe. One of the losses of that experience was the lemon tree and most of what was growing in front of my front door. So then, nature, she knows what she's about. I did lose a lot of plants and a lot of trees, but the courtyard sort of came back. It found its way. Some of those, whatever they're called, grasses came back. They started to flourish again. It didn't look like its former glory, but it looked pretty good. Then this year, we had another freeze. And that was when all of the plants in my courtyard said, life's too hard. Okay, peace, I'm out. I can't be here, I can't do this. I don't want any part of it. And for a very long time, the front yard has looked rough. It's looked roof. It's embarrassing. So Boo and I decided that we would start to, clean her up, get her going, plant some new things. And we had, we'd gone through the freeze and it was like, we were averaging like 70s, high 60s every day for like days and days and days. We say spring has sprung. We're here for it. We're little farmer girl and boy out in the front yard planning things out. No sooner did we plan out this front situation. And we didn't just plant the grasses, y'all. We invested in some trees. You know how much a tree costs? A baby tree this tall, you know how much a baby tree costs? As much as Jeffrey's dental work, okay? It's expensive. Expensive trees. We bought them, we planted them, we're so proud. He's like, man, this relationship's for real. We're planting trees. 2 days later, 25 degrees at night. You want to know why there's sheets and burlap all over this courtyard, Jack? It's because Boo, like a terrified mother, bundles all of his trees, all of his plants, even the low ones that probably shouldn't be affected, covered everything in the courtyard. And it's supposed to freeze again tonight and tomorrow. Don't worry, it'll all be bundled up again, okay? He releases them during the day so that the sun can touch their leaves, bundles them up at night. He watched YouTube videos. He Googled it. It was very upsetting for him. For me, I'm like, they'll be fine. But if we lose this little Japanese maple over here that costs more than a used Miata, the place will not take it back. They had a big sign that was like, we are not responsible if you kill this tree. That's where we're starting. But what I'm saying to you is before it gets cold again, it's a beautiful day. And that matters because it is my anniversary. It is my 1 year anniversary, and I know what you're saying. Rach, didn't you recently do an episode where you said it was the 1 year anniversary? Yes, but that was the 1 year anniversary of the first time I text him, okay? Today, Jack, is the 1 year anniversary of the first time we kissed. Aww. And I think I've told you this story. I think I talked about it last season of Rach Talk, but I'm just going to paint a picture for you. Those of you who are new or maybe you need to hear the story again. When I didn't kiss Boo. He kissed me. The first time we kissed 1 year ago today, he was the second man in my entire life I ever kissed. Okay? At the time, I was 38 years old. It was almost like the movie Never Been Kissed, but I had been kissed. It was like slightly been kissed, but only by one person. Okay, I'll give you the whole story because you asked. I'll give you the whole story. So remember how I told you guys last week that we played the question game? Remember the question game, Jack? So that was like our thing for a while. Like we'd go, whatever. And it was the first time he ever came to my house. Now, again, in this scenario, we are friends. Now, I know that I have a crush on him, but I don't know how he feels about me. And I also have no, what's the word? Indigenous grasses. I didn't have any, not moves. I didn't, the cool kids, would know. I feel like there are people who would know, oh, this person's into me. I don't have those skills. I felt like I was in third grade. I was like, should I walk up and punch him in the arm and then run away? And that's how he'll know. Side note, Ford Hollis told me that he ran into, did I tell you about his ex-girlfriend? Did I tell you this story? I really want to tell this story. But I feel like I shouldn't out him. One of my children, his name is Schmord. It rhymes with Schmord Hollis. Schmord Schmallis. He's 9. I don't know how this could get back to him. Ford came home 6 weeks ago. Elated, joyful, just ready to burst. And Ford is my most feeling child. He is deep in his feelings, and he has been since he was little. In fact, I have a video that I will send you of him. He wanted an ice cube. He was 2. He wanted an ice cube, and I wouldn't let him have an ice cube because he's 2 and he's going to choke to death. And he is sobbing his heart out as if I've wounded him to his soul.
How deep is a frog's home? I mean bath.
I don't know. How deep is it?
100.
100. You're hilarious. So Ford Hollis rolls in the house. He's elated. It must be big because, he's not always this, pumped up. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I have a girlfriend. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. 4th grade is going off. Do tell. And he's like, well, honestly, Mom, I don't know how long it's going to last. Because she has had a lot of boyfriends this year, but yeah, I'm the latest. She asked me out. And I'm like, well, that is great. And the whole week, he's just so pumped. He's in 4th grade. So having a girlfriend means you ask them out and then they say yes. And then you never talk to each other again until you break up. That's what 4th grade relationships are. So he's super pumped. He's like, I have a girlfriend all weekend long. We're like, yeah. Cut to Monday. Okay. Monday, which is Valentine's Day. Ford makes a special Valentine for his new girlfriend. Got her on Friday. It's Monday, Valentine's Day. Gives her the Valentine. He comes home from school and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? Did she love your Valentine? Whatever. Apparently, gives her the Valentine. Sister flips it over to the back, writes on the back, I don't want to be with you anymore, and gives it back to him on Valentine's.
You're as cold
dying. I'm like, what did you do? Because I'm thinking, we are framing this. We are keeping this. When this boy is 40 years old, we're going to pull this out every year on Valentine's Day because that's hilarious. I'm sorry. I don't know what you think is funny, but if you don't think it's funny that a 9-year-old got his Valentine's, wrote that on the back and gave it back to him, like just straight 0 F's given, like, what? That is some cold-hearted. So I'm like, what did you do? Where is it? Like, what'd you do? And he said, oh, I ripped it into 1,000 pieces, and I wish that I could have thrown it into the fiery depths of hell. I shit you not, Jack. I do not know where this kid gets his dramatics from. I wish that I could have thrown it into the fiery depths of hell, but I couldn't, so I threw it in the trash can. What is going on in his class? Okay, so anyway, then he's like bummed because he feels rejected. I'm like, with respect, you literally got this girlfriend on Friday. I'd never heard about her before. You were together a sum total of like 72 hours. I know this was harsh. It'll be okay. Fast forward to last weekend, he's at his brother's baseball game and he runs into her. Okay, she's there, the baseball. And he's like, Mom, I'm not going to use her name. He says, I ran into sister. Well, that sounds weird. It's not a sister. I ran into ex-girlfriend at the baseball game. And I'm like, okay, how'd that go? And he said, oh, I went over to her. And every time I would go up to her and I'd get real close, I'd be like, he would just go into her space and just do that. And I was like, Ford, no, sir. First of all, respect personal boundaries. Secondly, what was the end game here? What was the end game? Did you think that would make her like you? A wild hand gesture and a hamster sound.
She appears to be transfixed.
That was I was like, bro, you gotta be cool. And I don't mean cool like be a cool guy. I mean just chill out. And I just remembered like, man, we are so dumb when we are in elementary school. We have no idea how to act around someone that we're attracted to. And that was me. A year ago today, I invite Boothing over to the house. And I don't know how this is all going to work out because it's like the first time he's been here and it's just like a friend. And just so you know, because it was a friend and because I was bound and determined to just be myself, I was wearing my holy sweatpants, which if you have been with me for long, you know my favorite pair of sweatpants. They have a bunch of holes in them. They're like 10 years old. I don't care. They look like garbage. This is not like, oh, I'm a Kardashian. I look cute in sweatpants. No, this is like dumpster pants that I wear around the house. So I'm wearing dumpster pants, socks, Birkenstocks, an oversized t-shirt, and a hoodie. Because he's just coming over to like hang out and have a drink and whatever. So we're sitting on the sofa. I'm on one sofa. He's on the other. We're doing the question game. And I don't know where I got the courage to just decide that I was going to at least make it clear. I thought I might shoot my shot and absolutely crash and burn, but I will not miss out because I didn't have the courage to just make it clear to this person that I liked him. So one of the questions was like, there was some kind of setup. It was like what's something you haven't done in a really long time that you hope to do this year? And I was like, make out with someone. Because at that point, I had not touched another living soul in a romantic manner in a very long time. And I want someone to like pet my hair and give me a hug and tell me I'm pretty. And so I was just hoping that within the next year, that is something that would happen. So that was the answer to the question. I was like, I hope that I'm going to make out with someone, haha. And he kind of like looked at me a little bit, but I was like, I don't know what that look means. We're fine. It's fine. But I knew that like it was still too subtle. Okay, because in that scenario, it could be anybody. So then big ups to whatever spirit guide made this happen, because later on, one of the questions is, what's something I can help you with? And your girl, like stone cold, like Ford's ex-girlfriend, all the courage in the world. I was like, well, I did say that I really wanted to make out with someone this year. Oh, mic drop. Like I straight face too. And I said it like I was pretty proud of myself. I didn't go like, I didn't do any of that. And he looked at me. He was like it was like a light bulb. He was like, oh, like that wasn't good. However he did it was like sexy and in an English accent. And he was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh my God, what does this mean? So the rest of the night, I'm freaking out. I'm like, what's going to happen? I don't even know. We're hanging out. I feel like the ball is in his court. I have hit the ball across the net. It's in his court. And I go into the kitchen to get something. This is like at the end of the night because he's like, oh, I'm going to go. I'm going to the kitchen to get something. I mean, even talking about it's making my heart pound. And I look and he's standing on the front porch. And I'm like, it's going to happen. Okay, so he's out there. He's leaving it open. If I walk out on that porch, we're kissing. And if I stay in here and be a weenie, we're not kissing. So I was like, oh my God. Okay, we're fine. We're going to go out there. And it was like the most beautiful, like the breeze was blowing and it was warm and the sun wasn't shining. It was nighttime. The stars were shining. And I go out there and I just start babbling. Like, I'm like, oh, it's so pretty tonight and da-da-da, because I'm just like, whatever. And then all of a sudden, I mean, I could throw up. I'm so excited just thinking about it. Then all of a sudden, he's kissing me. Right? Like we're kissing. And I've told this story before on Rach Talk, but in that moment, my brain is like screaming because I don't know what to do. And I'm so confused. And I'm like, wait, where do I put my hands? And you just like get awkward and you're like Tyrannosaurus Rex and it's so crazy. And then I remember that I was like, wait, his hand, oh my gosh, his hand's on my butt. What is crazy? What do I do? And I'm just freaking out in my head. And all of a sudden he grabs my face and he says, baby, you don't have to talk. Which is the moment that I realize I have been saying everything that what I just said that was in my head, all of that's come out of my mouth. His hands are on my butt. Where do I put my hands? Where do I put my tongue? I'm saying those words. I'm so nervous. I am literally saying those words. You guys. But apparently I'm cute enough because, a year later, we're still kissing. So we got a big date tonight, which I'm pretty pumped about. And we're going to go to one of my favorite spots in Austin is this great, it's been there forever. It's called Perla's and it's on South Congress. Write it down if you are coming to town for a visit or if you live locally, you'll know what it is. But it's this great place to like sit on the patio and we got so blessed with this weather because it's going to be cold tomorrow. So I'm real excited. And did I arrange to shoot Rach Talk today so I would have cute hair and makeup for my date later? Yes, I did. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge my Texas tuxedo or my Canadian tuxedo, depending on where you're coming from. And more specifically, Jack, did you notice this pin collection? These are, some of them are from other places, but these are the collection of pins from Rise Conference over the years. And I have the original Rise ATX, which was like a button. We couldn't even afford enamel pins, 2017. And it's all like rusted and old. So this is not like a build up to be like, and we're announcing. No conferences in the future currently. But I love this jacket. And I know that there are other people who also have enamel pins of like their history. So anyway, I just thought that I would rep it today for you guys. That is what this is all about. What else is going on? All right, guys, so I had the idea for a new segment here on Rach Talk, or probably we've done this at some point. There's no way we haven't done this at some point. But a segment here on Rach Talk called Are you old enough? No, there's something about it. That's probably a better name than Are You Old Enough? But I don't mind it. Or maybe it's called, If You Remember This, It's Time for a Night Serum. Okay, that's the title. If you remember this, it's time for a night serum. I would like to bring back a moment from my youth. I'm gonna find out the exact date, one moment. Does it ever trip you out, anyone else but me, that everything is on the internet? Does that ever scare anybody but me, that there's nothing I can't get an answer to? There's nothing that you could put in there that you wouldn't get an answer. I could make something up. How many years old is Xerbert, the alien lord? I guarantee that answer is there. Okay, I got the answer to what I was looking for. So the year is 1999. 1999, which makes me 13, the ripe old age of 13. And the thing to do after school was to watch a little show called TRL. Now, I don't know what's happening on MTV. I don't even know if MTV still exists today. It must, but I don't know. I haven't watched cable television since like 2004. So it's 1999, and every single day I would walk home from school, I would go into the kitchen, and I would make myself a snack while in the den I could see the TV that I had turned on to watch MTV, to watch TRL. And today, you could open up your social media, kids, and get access to any celebrity, any singer, watch it all go down. But we didn't have that. We didn't have a way to see what was going on with our celebrities unless we wanted to watch Entertainment News or MTV. So I would go on MTV to see like the videos, because back in the day they actually played videos on music television. And I would go watch videos, and there was this show called TRL, which women, men, my age will remember. And it was Carson Daly, and all the people would line up and they'd scream, and it was like such a big deal. But it was a huge deal that videos would debut on TRL. And there was a show that I think was called Making of the Video. There was a making of the video for this song, which I remember as a 13-year-old girl thinking was such a naughty song and was going to get me in so much trouble if my parents ever caught me listening to it, which in retrospect is freaking hilarious. But I just am wondering if you were old enough to remember when this song was on TRL, when they did Behind the Video, and the first time you ever heard
this thing right here.
a little Cisco, Jack. That's SISQO. Okay, the thing is, you have to, please, for me, for them, find the video. Because the reason this video is so powerful is that at the end of it, a dragon's gonna show up. And I am not making that up. If I remember correctly, Cisco jumps on a pyramid of people, which may have been actually all him, or perhaps his band, to fight the dragon. What if I made this all up? What if this is a fever dream? Hold on. Thong? No, that's not how you spell Thong. Hold on, now I gotta watch it. Now I gotta know. Come on, what's happening? Oh, I'm not on the internet, guys. Rachel, where'd YouTube go? It looks like a triangle. It's a red triangle. Oh, it wasn't my fault. One of my folders was flipped to the second page. That's not my fault. Okay, we're back on it. Here we go. Ooh, remember when his hair was bleached though? Okay, they're in the desert. There's a lot of buses pulling up in the desert. I'm not really sure why. I was like, if my parents come home and watch and find me watching this while I'm eating my bologna sandwich, I want to see if the dragon is here. Isn't it funny though that like the thong is what I thought was naughty? Today, the songs are like, I can't even say because even a bleep, I feel like you could read my, and don't get me wrong, when I'm here by myself, you better believe. You better believe there's some songs that come on. And when no one can hear me sing them, I know all the words. But 13-year-old Rach thought the idea of wearing underwear that didn't give you a panty line was dirty. In case you were wondering what kind of house I grew up in. Where's Ricky Martin? Where's he? What's he? If anything, side note, Ricky Martin is more beautiful today than he's ever been. He is aging gloriously. Okay, I'm sorry, Jack. Your mom found Ricky Martin's garage door opener in what town?
Beverly Hills.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Look, and now you just all found out that Jack is, what do they call it? One of those kids, trust fund baby. Why can't I remember anything today? You know what? Because I'm on my period. The blood's coming out of me and also taking all of my thought process with it. I just did a podcast yesterday with a guest I've had on before, and we were talking about hormones and cycles and all of the things and how important it is for us as women to normalize a conversation around our periods, to normalize having hormones, to normalize, like, it's this thing that exists for all of us and does our entire life, but it's wrong or dirty or shameful or whatever, and you're not supposed to talk about it. And honestly, Jack, you never had to do 3 videos in a row while you were bleeding out and cramping. Yeah, so that's what's happening to me, and it means that I'm not thinking as clearly as I want to be. Jack is not a trust fund baby. Salt of the earth. He really isn't. He wears the same shirt every day for like 6 years. He doesn't, yeah. Let me see that. Okay, so now they're like driving down the Miami highways and like they're in a car that doesn't have a top, a convertible. Wow, Rachel, get it together. Do you think at this right here, Cisco thought this is forever? Cisco thought this is my life. I am Cisco, Sisqo. I will be famous forever. I will be a hip hop star forever. I will have this bleached hair forever. Did he know that it would be a limited run, or did he think this is it for me? This is who I am now. I wonder this all the time about people, and I've told you my theory. I feel like I tell everyone my theory. All these people that we think are one-hit wonders, are they though? Are they one-hit wonders, or did they just make a crap ton of money about in a song about underwear, and then they were like, I'm good. I'm gonna go live in Milwaukee. I'm gonna be good for the rest of my life, and it's been nice knowing you. I don't know. I'll tell you what, I don't care how classy you think you are. If you are at like a family wedding and Thong song comes on and you don't just go, get out of here. Get out of my family wedding. Now let's get to the part where I think the dragon shows up. Yes, I didn't make this up. Yes, he's on a, yep. Oh, maybe this isn't with a dragon. Oh, okay, that song would be called Unleash the Dragon, which makes a lot more sense, to be honest. This song definitely doesn't slap as hard as Thong's song, but he does fight a dragon in this video, so winning. Okay, so every week on the show, we are celebrating a dream catcher. That's what we call it when someone within our Start Today community reaches one of the goals that they have been writing down for weeks or months or sometimes years. And this is this week's story.
Hey guys, so my name is Amanda Klein and I have been using the Start Today journal for about 1.5 years now. The biggest thing that I have accomplished through my goals that I list on the Start Today journal is that I started my own company this year, and it is now providing a full-time income for my family, as well as funding our adoption of a little baby for next year. So that has been huge and has truly changed not only my life, but our family's life.
Guys, I love it, love it, love it when you share videos about what you are achieving. I think it reminds all of us what we are capable of. It's really easy to see something on social media and think like, oh, that woman has, like, someone helped her, or she has access, or she has resources, and really, goals are achieved by real people just like you who are focused and working hard, and we want to celebrate that. So please, please, please share your Start Today Dreamcatcher story. You can put it on social media and tag Start Today. You can use this hashtag, or you can send an email to this email address. This one. Somewhere here is an email address Jack is going to put in later. And we are celebrating our dream catchers by giving away fabulous prize packs. I don't know why I did that song. I hate myself. Jack, will you like slide that little box over here so I can show some of the things that you post your video or you send us your video and tell us the story of your dream catcher moment. And then we're gonna send you a box of cool stuff. Let's see what we got. Ooh, it's a water bottle. It's our Finish Strong water bottle. Shout out. I guess I should have had these out and ready to go. We got our hashtag goals. These are vintage. We don't even do these anymore. We've got our Not Sorry hat. We've got Start Today. Not Sorry in gray. We got all the things. Oh my gosh. We don't even sell these anymore. It's the Not Sorry necklace. This was huge. I wore this for years and we used to sell these at conference and these were massive. So there's a ton of stuff, all of it's vintage that you can't get on the site anymore. But if you send us your video, then we're choosing one a week and we're sending you a collection of a bunch of stuff from the office just to celebrate you. And I thought we were gonna get through a whole episode, brother. But anyway, send us your Start Today Dreamcatcher story. We'd love to hear. I'd love to see what you guys are achieving and doing. And we would love to inspire other people. Oh, you know what I want to tell you guys about? This is pretty cool. So I think it's cool. I started doing these weekly podcast episodes that are 10 minutes or less. So that means 3 times a week right now, I have a podcast coming at you because I'm just really focused on creating or trying to create the best content I can and to serve you really well. And so I thought it would be awesome if there were things that were more bite-sized. If you don't have time to listen or get into a whole episode, you could just grab 7 minutes or 10 minutes. So the first 3 are up. They're happening every single week and they're called A Quick Word. So it'll be a quick word on friendship, a quick word on toxic people, a quick word on how to achieve your goals. So check those out. They're airing every single Monday on the Rachel Hollis podcast. I feel if this dog's gonna be here, he should have to dress up too. So basically what I'm saying is I'm gonna need you to also be the dog's wardrobe stylist. When you show up next week, besides setting all of this up, I'm gonna need you to have an outfit for Jeffrey. I don't need you to make the outfit to match mine. I'll match my outfit to what you create. Okay, great. Okay, great. I will give you his measurements later. Okay, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I hope that you liked this episode. I hope it made you giggle or laugh or just entertained you for a minute. If you dug it, please, please, please subscribe wherever you are listening or watching. Send it to a friend if you think it'll make her laugh too. And until I see you next week, remember, I love you and I'm rooting for you.